Hello and welcome, I'm Tim, also known as Stormo, and this is the District at Docklands. Melbourne's Docklands district started out as an urban renewal project in the 1990s. In the years since, the area has turned into something of a white elephant for the state government. The idea was to create an extension of the central business district onto the waterfront. But Melbourne already had a perfectly good extension of the CBD onto a waterfront. It's called Southbank, and it's definitely going to be in a future video. Docklands has struggled to attract people. Many of its apartment buildings are only partially filled, and given Melbourne's housing affordability crisis, you have to wonder just how bad things can get here before the apartments start selling at fire sale prices. The district, formerly known as Harbourtown, is a pretty good summary of the problems with the entire Docklands area. It originally opened in 2008, and its main attraction was the huge Southern Star Ferris wheel. The centre itself was built to be an open-air outlet retail centre rather than a full shopping centre experience. The original owners were ING Real Estate. The Ferris wheel itself has an interesting history. Originally, a Ferris wheel was planned to be part of the Crown Casino and Entertainment Complex at Southbank. However, the original plans for Crown were significantly scaled back, and much of the complex's planned non-gambling features were cut, including additional retail areas, the second hotel tower, and the wheel. Docklands became the obvious choice for a new, much larger wheel, and construction began at the northern end of the district in 2006. The Harbourtown retail complex was built alongside the wheel, and after several delays, the complex opened in October 2008, with the wheel opening that December. The wheel was only open for 40 days before large cracks were found in its structure, forcing it to close. Initially, the failure of the wheel was blamed on a heatwave that saw the wheel baking in 43-degree heat for several days. It was later determined to be a design flaw. With the wheel closed, there was little reason to ever visit Harbourtown, as the outlet store concept was already being served by two major outlet centres nearby, DFO Spencer Street and DFO South Wharf. As such, the centre struggled to attract new retailers. The opening of a Costco on the northern side of the area did help somewhat, but not enough that the centre's occupancy rate increased. When the Ferris wheel reopened in 2013 under the new name Melbourne Star, it was expected that Harbourtown would finally start to thrive. That didn't happen. The centre, which, other than the wheel, only had a Costco to drive traffic to it, continued to struggle. Even JB Hi-Fi ended up closing their store, a sure sign that things were not going well. The entire upper floor of the district emptied out, and the lower floor held some retailers, but none of them had enough pulling power to turn things around. The district, it seemed, was doomed. Returning here in 2019, however, and the place is a lot more alive than I expected. H&M have moved into a two-storey store, and Uniqlo have also opened up a store opposite them. The Uniqlo wasn't quite ready on the day I shot this video, but it has since opened. A Hoyt cinema was added around past the Melbourne Star, along with some additional food court tenants below. A Woolworths supermarket is also under construction at the centre, along with a new area that will add other fresh food retailers. The upper floor, however, remains mostly empty. There seems to be an attempt at turning it into a space for non-retail tenants. Artvo, The Lost Forest, Dialogue in the Dark and Giraffe Early Learning Centre all occupy space up here, but there are many empty storefronts around them. There is a large toy world still up here, and I have to wonder whether its prominent location above the main entrance right next to a set of escalators is the main reason it's managed to survive. One thing that isn't obvious at first glance walking around the district is what's above that upper floor. By design, the district is a set of 3 individual buildings, with shops occupying the lower floors. Above them are apartment complexes. You can, if you have the money, live right there above the shopping centre. If you're a hardcore retail enthusiast who dreams of living in a shopping centre, then, well, the district has you covered. It's hard to know what the future of the district will be. The addition of H&M, Uniqlo and Woolworths is still too recent to really know what their impact will be. This footage was shot on a Sunday afternoon, and the place was pretty busy, more than I've ever seen it before. It seems like the first steps of bringing the place back to life are in place. The district is an oddity among Melbourne shopping centres. Large enough to be considered a major centre, it's the closest shopping centre to the CBD, not counting Melbourne Central, which is in the CBD itself. But without any major anchors or drawcards beyond the Melbourne Star, it hasn't grown into the retail destination for the Docklands area that it was intended to be. Most Docklands residents would prefer to shop in the central business district itself, and the western end of the CBD, along Spencer Street, has all the retail and grocery shopping to match their needs, just a quick tram ride away. The addition of a sunshade roof may help with the district during the cold winter months by allowing shoppers to visit without fear of rain. However, the covering does nothing for the temperature, and the place can still be cold to walk around on Melbourne's famously cold wintry days. The reverse is true in summer, where the lack of air conditioning means the district isn't exactly everyone's top destination on a 30-degree day. There's a lot of potential for the district to succeed, but it needs more than just the Melbourne Star to draw people in. It needs 2 floors of thriving retail activity. It might have seemed like a good idea in the mid-2000s when it was first built, but today, in 2019, with Australia on the edge of the same retail apocalypse that's seen the closure of huge numbers of malls and retail chains in the United States and other parts of the world, it's hard to imagine a world where the district grows to become a major centre for the people of Docklands and Melbourne more generally. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to my channel and supporting me on Patreon. I intend to make more videos about Melbourne shopping centres in the future, and I hope that you can come along for the journey. Thank you for watching.